What's up, YouTube? How's it going? Happy whatever day it is that you're watching this. I just emptied out one of my 20-yard dumpsters, headed back into town because, well, I got a phone call on the way in to dump it that Hibbett Sports. Don't know if you guys know who that is. It's kind of a Midwest chain. They kind of have just like your sports apparel. I used to get my baseball bats there as a kid, baseball gloves even every once in a while. So they just got, sports attire. And so I got a call from them, and they're doing some construction on site, so they wanted a 20, which I was kind of glad because it's Friday. And as most of you know, Saturday, usually limited hours to dump at some dumps, sometimes none at all. Sunday, you're not going to be able to dump. So I'm kind of sitting on a couple dumpsters right now. I went from being crazy busy to kind of slowing down, which I kind of like in a way. And hear me out on this, because this started as a side hustle, and it's not my only stream of income, although it is becoming kind of like my priority as I'm trying to grow it and turn it into something more and more every year. It's definitely becoming a priority, but when I want flexibility, I have it, which is awesome. As you might have seen back in one of my last videos, I just got back from a trip from Mexico, something I can't just typically do, and we booked that thing like last minute. I mean, absolute last minute, because it was a good rate. There's just things that I can't or couldn't do when I had a job where I just sat at a desk. I got 2 weeks vacation a year. I got paid really well at some of those, really well at some of those jobs, but I didn't enjoy them. It was hard for me. I could literally feel my soul disappearing. But doing just this job, I don't make as much as I might have back then. But doing this, plus being a mortgage lender, plus being a landlord, I'm at like my happiest peak in my life in a long time. There's things I get to focus on. I get to grow my own little baby. I get to grow my business into something that I want it to be, and I'm not helping somebody else get rich. So I love turning these side hustles into bigger things, and I love hearing other guys doing the same thing, whether it's their power washing business, their pallet business, their landscaping business, mowing business. I'm seeing guys that are just turning their niches into much bigger things, and even revolutionizing parts of their business that just weren't a thing before. I'm seeing landscapers do jobs that you never would have imagined maybe 5-10 years ago. At least I wouldn't have imagined as a kid. You would have hired some big contractor to do them. So anyway, outside of that, I love what I'm doing now, and one of the biggest things I like is the flexibility. With that, you have these lows and highs where, right now, I kind of had a week where I was like, man, this is kind of a buzzkill. I'm not getting a lot of dumpsters, and you get this little bit of stress, but then all of a sudden, never fails, come Friday, you get the last minute bookers, oh, I need to get something done this weekend. So I've got this Hibbett Sports. I have had 3 other calls this morning. So by the end of the day, I will have gone from 2 dumpsters to literally 2 dumpsters for the week. I think by the end of the day, I'll have dropped 7 for the entire week, which is kind of nice. And that's not even including Saturday. If I have one emptied and brought back, I might be able to drop it. But what's nice is I can get all this done. I plan to go hunting. This is the last weekend for hunting really in our area. So I'm going to go hunting for the weekend, enjoy that, and then get right back to it. But one of the big things that guys really seem to stress about is oh my gosh, I'm dead. I can't make this business work. If that's the case, first off, do not quit your job and start this type of business, or unless you have a wealthy wife, or you have a good stable income, or good balance in your bank account where you can fall back on for a little while, because it doesn't start out quick. I look back at my numbers in January, kind of my first year starting to get more into it, and I wasn't even full-time at this point, but I did 7 dumpsters all month. Now I'm doing that easily in a week. So don't just expect the business to fall in your lap. But when these things are slow, there's things you can be doing. You can be looking for money. So on these days that was slow, what I do is I went around town and I started looking for demolition jobs, because that's something I want to be getting into. And I want to start doing small garages. small like tear downs, things that aren't going to require a lot of worry with liability, gas lines, water lines, electric lines. So I started marking down addresses and places that might need it, so I can honestly solicit them later. I also look for driveway jobs where I can load up my dumpster with gravel and, you know, go get my skid and then skid the driveways. Quick, easy money. I also go and look at rental properties. I go look at properties pretty much, say my wife's at work and I don't have a dumpster to run. I then basically start going around town looking at apartments, multifamilies. I don't really look at single families that often anymore, but I'm looking for them, and I'm actually writing down the addresses, looking up the contact information for who owns it, and I'm cold calling them. Because I'm looking for second streams of income, second, third, fourth, fifth streams of incomes. So when this business is slow, or I'm not getting mortgage loans right now because rates have increased, or the market's crazy, and you know, whatever it is going to be down the road, I'm still making money. So for you guys that aren't yet in that entrepreneur mindset, but you're watching videos like these going, man, I want to start my own side hustle. I want to start my business. I want to get into something. Don't be shocked when you start it and it doesn't take off right away and it's not working well. You will start to get into this mindset where it's kind of a survival mindset or a driven mindset where all of a sudden you are looking for deals, whether it's in your wheelhouse or not, and then you start looking at the equipment you have or the resources you have or the connections you have, and you start to actually find these other opportunities that you may never have thought of when you first started your business or your side hustle. So that's just something to keep in mind. I know this is just kind of a ramble, but for you guys that are really looking to get into these side hustle businesses, these dumpster businesses, I applaud that you are looking to do it, but don't dump 100% of your effort into it and at the very beginning just expect it to take off. I definitely say put 110% in the effort to try to build it, but don't expect to get 100% payout for what you're putting in right away. And just continue to look for these other opportunities. I made those phone calls last week. I've got 2 apartment buildings that I will be putting in offers for in the next probably 2 to 3 months. So you definitely need to be looking for other opportunities if you are tired of sitting at your desk and working for somebody else, and you're just looking for this opportunity to break out. Just my little thought. We'll see what the rest of this day holds, though. All right, guys, got the one dropped off at Hibbett's. This is actually like their backdoor access. Haha, competition. They didn't call them, but I've got this dropped, and actually he's got, like I suspected, another one. So we're gonna be hustling in the next couple hours so that we can get to that hunting stand. So we got this one dropped. Move on down the list. As you guys might have seen in some of my previous videos, when I know I'm going to be using a dumpster really quick, rather than taking it straight to my shop, sometimes I like drop it in my driveway, put it on 2x4 so I don't scratch my driveway. I'm doing it all the time, but put it there and then I come back and pick it up later for whatever the next scheduled drop is. But I just noticed that I almost crushed my fence. This is cutting it close. I gotta show you. I like cutting it close, but this is really close. Look at that gap. Like, that's the impressive part. Now the question is, will I be able to pick it up without destroying the fence? We'll see. The snowstorm coming to town, you know, last minute snowstorm, we'll probably get like 2 inches. A lot of people, I had 2 people actually cancel and then 1 person booked. So it's been I've been nothing but phone calls the last couple hours, but a lot of running around and not running around and pausing, but we're back on schedule. I think I'm gonna wash my truck, despite that there's gonna be a snowstorm. There's a lot of mud on it. Wash the truck, and then I'm going out to camp to hunt. That's it. I'm calling it. Anybody calls me now, I'll just say I'll get them a dumpster tomorrow. So we'll see. Let's get this show on the road. Let's get on to our weekend. those car washes that I go through are awesome because I actually get, my wife got me one of those passes that just go in the windshield. So I actually, it's like $35 a month, unlimited car washes, totally worth it. Right now I'm actually plugging this in for, get the battery charged up. I don't want to come back after tomorrow or after the weekend if I don't have to touch anything and have dead batteries. But funny thing is with that car wash, about 3 days ago, because I go probably every other day, every 2 or 3 days, keep my truck clean. The guy at the car wash calls me and he goes, hey Clayton, this is so-and-so at the car wash. And I'm just like, oh no, I broke something. It's a big truck to go through there and it's an automatic. So they already had concerns with me using a dually in there and a flatbed because I guess it sometimes tears up their machines, but we made it work. Anyway, I had left the gooseneck open. So when you leave that open, all the grease was exposed. And he said, yeah, I had like 12 people go through the car wash. Ooh, 12 people. 12 people went through the car wash, and the grease from like the rake at the end that like kind of goes over and dries everything, they had grease streaks all over their cars. So he's like, yeah, next time you just make sure you close that. Yeah, no problem, man. Sorry about that. See you tomorrow. It is what it is, though. He was pretty cool about it, considering, but kind of felt bad. But you live and learn. Don't leave those open when you go through those car washes, or you will definitely make some enemies with the owners. All right, guys. Successful day. I just got into the stand. I've got a couple hours of light left. There's a little bit of rain, but hopefully we see something. Got a long range of sight. So, thanks for watching. Watch out for those streams of income. Good luck to you guys that are hunting this weekend. And thanks for following. Like, subscribe, follow. Give me some ideas for some new content. We're going to roll out some great stuff this year. And best of luck to you guys in the rest of 2022. Catch you in the next video.